Hi Crafty Stampers. So this is going to be a tutorial of how to show you to use the Decofoil paste, I guess I would call it. And there's two different kinds. This one, it's Transfer Gel Blanco, and this one is hot laminating required on this one. But on that it says so there's two different kinds. So this is a transfer gel one for hot laminating. And I'm not going to do that one today. This one's a transfer gel duo. And you can use two ways. You can use this one for heat or no heat. And we're going to do the no heat one today. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I bought these on Amazon. And it's just a white paste. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do some foiling with this on this gel. So we'll show you how to do this. So what I use for this, and what you're going to get with your kit is you're going to get, of course, your envelope, your base. You're going to get a pattern piece. You're going to get this, and you're going to get some embossing or laminating colored paper. And then you're going to get the banner that says, "Hey Friend" on that. So that's the ones you're going to get in the kit. So I have done my card, my project on watercolor paper. Because the thing that I found with this Decofoil, it is water-based. And if you do it on really thin paper, it does curl a little. And I don't like that, trying to put it down onto a card after you do that. So if you guys want to get some of this, I'll show you how this is done. But in your kit, you got everything already done for you, besides putting the foil on. When you're doing any kind of stenciling or anything, you want to anchor your paper down because you do not want this to move. And I try to line it up straight on my glass top. Then this stencil is just a stencil from Dollar Tree. There's like tons of stencils out there that you can get to do this. What I advise you to do if you get a stencil, even though this is a Dollar Tree one, it is pretty good quality for thickness. I mean, the really, really thin ones are hard to do sponging and stenciling with. So since this stencil is bigger than my paper, I just put it where I would like to have it. And then you want to anchor your stencil down. Okay, so you have everything anchored down. Another items you want to get is get some palette knives, I guess, or something they're called on that. And I found it easier that I got this. I got this from the dollar store. It's just a chopper scraper. I've tried different things, and this makes it a little bit more even for me when I do mine. So what you want to do is go ahead and take this out and just go ahead and put this on. And go ahead and put a generous amount because you're going to scrape it back into the jar anyway. So I went ahead and took my palette, and what I do is take a flat, put it like at, what, 45 degrees. And you just want to scrape the gel on top of this. And you want to do it pretty even. So I do it, first of all, I do it pretty flat to get it into all the crevices. And then I'll kind of do the angle a little bit different, higher up. I just want to get it smooth. So then all this can be reused. And after you look at it and look at it, see, I didn't get some right there. So let me go ahead and do this again, because you can tell where you didn't get it. That's why you need to do it pretty flat all the way down. Okay, so what I try to do first is after I think that it's all done, I like to wipe this off because this is very sticky stuff. If you let it dry onto your palette knives or anything, it's hard to get off. So I go ahead and try to wipe these off first after I know that I've got everything down. And it's best if you want to do a bunch of these, do a bunch of these at a time. And another important thing to do is when you do your jar, take your jar and wipe it, because that stuff will stick and it'll be really hard to open up your jar. Okay, so after you're done, I just take one edge, and you want to try to pull it from this way up because you want to get your impression. And this you want to take to a sink and clean this off right away, so you won't get that stuck on there. So then here you have your embossing, and it is bumped up a little, and that's what you want. Another thing is too, when you put the tape down, make sure you don't put the tape down maybe where your design is, because then it will block that design. So what you want to do then is take this carefully, pick it up. You want this, it says on the bottle to let it dry for an hour, but I don't do that. I let it dry overnight actually, because you want to make sure that it's really 100% completely dry before you do this next process. But see how it has the raised area on here? And this foil comes in all different colors. So you can do gold, reds, purples. I mean, there's probably hundreds of different colors for this foiling on this paper. So basically this, we're going to set this aside. And I do have one. And if you want to, I would take your edge of your finger and just run it nicely on here, because all that's going to dry if you have any off the edge here. And it's hard to get off after it dries. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that aside. We're going to let that dry for a day. So I do have one that's done that I had already. So here is the done one. And when you know it's done, it's going to be really glossy and shiny. And you know that's when it's completely dry on there. And you want to look at your butterflies to see if they're pretty good. It looks like they're all right. So you want to take your paper that I gave you, your foiling paper, your deco foil, and you want to put it down. There's two different designs, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be... So since this is the deco foil, this one can go cold press, which is like this. So this is going to go through my die cutting machine. So I'm just going to do it like I would if I'm doing a die. You're going to do your two plates, your watercolor paper that you put the gel on, and then your piece of paper with the pretty side up. And I'm going to run it through my die cutter. So the only thing you're doing this for, because you want the pressure. So we want pressure on this. And if you want to, you can run it through a couple of times back and forth. Because you want to get some pressure down on it. And the other kind is for if you're doing laminated, hot laminating. So here, I went through now. So you got the foil, so you can see the impression a little bit on that. So what you want to do is just take one corner and you want to peel it off nicely. And see, we got a little spot that missed right there, but that might be because I had it sitting for many days. But that's what your foiling will do. And it's kind of the same effect as if you did foiling with a copier and two on that. But this one actually is raised up. You can't tell on this, but it is raised up a little on that. So that's all you do with your foiling. So hopefully the people that I did send the piece to and the foil did not, I try to get it so it doesn't stick. So I hope it didn't stick enough that it doesn't work. But this is an idea that you can try. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.